We are in the garden and I'm planting some pots for the summer and wanted to share a few things with you. So when I start to plant a pot, it's really important that you have great drainage. So I like to use broken clay pots and just cover the hole so that you have good drainage. And then I also like to use some gravel. Just a few handfuls of gravel. Just pour that into the pot. I have gravel right on my floor here, so and just one scoop is good. Then it's important that you use a good potting soil that's made for pots. I am using Kellogg's Patio Plus, and what I love about this soil is that it has vermiculite in it. You can see this little pieces of white, and the vermiculite helps to keep moisture in your pot. So we are now going to fill the pot about 3/4 of the way. I am going to be using an assortment today of perennials and annuals. A perennial is a plant that will come back every year, and an annual is a plant that typically only lasts one planting season, such as petunias, impatiens, pansies. Most of the flowers you find in 6-packs are annuals, but a perennial typically you will find at a larger nursery, and it will come mostly in 1 gallons. Occasionally you'll find a little 6-inch pot of a perennial, but I'm going to share a few with you as soon as we get this pot filled. Okay, so I'm about 3/4 of the way full, which is good because you're going to add soil from the pots. Okay, so some examples of perennials are this beautiful penstemon. This is a deep purple penstemon, but these get to be about 2 feet by 2 feet, so they're really best planted in the ground. For a pot, you want to use something that's a little bit smaller. This is a yellow carpet flower, and this only gets to be about 12 to 15 inches tall, so it will work well in my pot. I'm also going to use a perennial called Candy Tuft. This looks very similar to Alyssium, but it's different, and it again will come back year after year. Thirdly, I'm going to use this pincushion plant. I love these. You can see why they call them pincushions. The little flower looks just like a pincushion. This comes in purple, pink, and white, and they bloom almost all summer long. So I want to put my tallest plants in the back. I'm also going to add into here another perennial, which is called kitchen sage. Sage is so pretty because not only can you use it in the kitchen, you can just snap the leaves off and cook with them, but you get these beautiful purple flowers as well. So I'm going to start with that plant first, and I'm going to remove it from the pot. You want to make sure all the roots are off of the bottom of the pot, and then slide it out. Now, I like to take the plant and kind of break up the roots a little bit. You can beat it like this, and then place it in my pot. Now, I like to put my tall plants at the back, so I'm going to put it just like that. Okay, now next I'm going to use my yellow carpet flower, and I'm going to pull that out. Now this, you can see, has a lot of roots, so I'm actually going to tear off some of the roots on the bottom, and I'm going to do the same thing I just did, kind of loosen it up. You also want to make sure that you're using the appropriate size pot for your plants. You don't want to like jam in too many. I know I like to put a lot of plants, but I also repot my plants every year. So I will take out the perennials and just tear off some of the roots and replant them. Okay, so we're going to put this right alongside of this sage. Put that right about there. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to add the Candy Tuft, which is this little baby, which is white. Take it out. Now this soil is really loose and it's very sandy, which is nice because I got this directly from the grower, which was great. So I'm really going to take off a bunch of this dirt and pull off some of these roots. And I'm gonna put that in right over here on the side, just like that. And then I'm gonna take some of this dirt and just fill that in. This will get nice and full and fill up any empty space that I might have. Okay, now I'm going to add some annuals. This is a purple phlox. It probably needs a little bit of a haircut, but it gets a beautiful bell-shaped purple flower on it. And I am going to add that right over here on the side. It likes to trail, so I'm going to put it so that it can trail right over the side and will give me a nice show of purple flowers. And then lastly, I'm going to put in some annuals, some petunias. The beauty of putting perennials in your pots is that you don't have to replace those plants every year. Like I said, you can repot them, but you don't have to replace them. So you only have to buy a few petunias to finish off the pot. So I'm gonna take this 6-pack out of here. These little guys, I find that the plastic on the containers of the annuals is getting thinner and getting harder. Whew, I live in Southern California and it is March and it's April, sorry. It's 91 degrees though, you guys. It's really warm today. So I'm huffing and puffing out here a little bit today. I shouldn't be, but I am. Okay, so I'm gonna start in the middle and just dig a little hole and place my annuals in. And I'm gonna put them along the edge because number one, I want color, and petunias like to also trail a little bit. So I'm gonna just keep going around. I just dig with my fingers. I'm not so much a shovel girl. Occasionally I'll use a shovel if I have to, but a lot of times I just use my fingers, especially when you have good gloves on, it doesn't matter. Okay, we got that, and we've got one more, and we are gonna be done. And we will have a beautiful pot that will bloom all summer long. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to follow my channel and like this video. Have a great day.